poisoned. The dirty truth about your food, official trailer. Can't wait to get into this. Let's check this out.
We have by far the safest food supply in the entire world.
The safest food supply in the world.
Let's remember one thing. We have the safest food supply in the world right here in the U.S.
It's laughable. We don't have the safest food system in the world.
Cut fruit, cut cantaloupe, strawberries, caramel apples, tomatoes, onions, chicken. All these products are likely contaminated.
It is a very scary situation where you have a perfectly healthy 17-year-old female, and 48 hours later, she's dying.
It was an absolute nightmare. It was definitely from Ecoli.
If I buy chicken at the grocery store, should I assume it's safe for me?
Your primary assumption should be that it contains pathogens such as Salmonella and Campylobacter.
There are 15 federal agencies that in one form or another are tasked with food safety regulation.
Food companies hate regulation.
They don't think of it as food. It becomes a commodity.
Profit is more important than ethics.
Consumers would really be shocked at some of the stories that we could tell them.
Right now, the government is not doing enough to protect consumers.
Regulators have the ability to set the tone that encourages industry to do the right thing.
The burden shouldn't be with consumers.
It's not acceptable. If the public makes their voices heard, legislators will act.
I ate a salad, and now I have long-term health effects from it.
Man, I couldn't wait to talk about this. I am a former regulator. With the state of California. Worked with FDA quite a bit. So I've been on the front lines of seeing our food supply. And it's very touchy because, you know, when you look at it, like, agriculture is agriculture. Food is grown outdoors. Majority of it, a vast 90% of food is grown outdoors. So you understand this is what it is for agriculture. Also understanding that more can be done, but it would put a lot of businesses out of business. So I knew that side as well, because the more regulation, the more these companies and these farms have to spend to obtain or upkeep and uphold the regulation. Some of these big farmers, like, you know, making billions and millions of dollars, you know, they'll be okay. Although they're going to complain as well. It's the smaller farmers that's making 100,000 or 250,000. Some of these farms that's just barely feeding their family. If they've been having these farms for generations, they're struggling to keep up. You know what I'm saying? And when you put these smaller farms out of business, it causes for inflation for food, because they can no longer keep their doors open to maintain the process of maintaining their farm. Because, and I look at it like, I understand that part, and I'm also a consumer of this food, where I can likely get Salmonella, Ecoli 015787. You know what I'm saying? You get these type of different pathogens, Listeria monocytogenes, all these things. And you look at it in terms of what could be done. I've seen some farms where they're about their profit, and I've seen some farms that they're really trying to make sure that they have a safe product. So it really varies from person, because you have to look at it like this is a human issue of it varies from people. It depends on what type of person you are. You have sometimes somebody that comes in and, man, I want to hire them to make sure that we stay on top of these things and we're looking down the pipeline of what to look for. So I like those type of farms, especially when I visit those farms when they have a third party type of like a harvester group that will come in and be like, this is what we specialize in, is food safety. So I like that. Like, I like that idea. I feel like almost every farm should go through that, but it is costly. So that's why I said I am on the both sides of the spectrum. And as a consumer in the US, you should be washing your meat, you should be washing your produce, you should be washing any type of thing you get from the store that is not canned, that is not in a jar. You have to wash that. Meat, produce especially, wash it. Another thing about salads, you definitely need to wash your salads, but when you buying these ready pack salads, these salads that you can take to work, you know, they don't need to have those. Those don't need to exist anymore. These pre-cut fruits that's come in jars and stuff, they don't need to have those anymore either, because those contain the most pathogens, because you're not washing it. It's just ready to eat. You're not washing it. So that is why these people are getting sick most of the time, especially because you don't wash produce, you don't wash meat. I love TikTok in the sense where they're showing you need to wash with hot water, lemon, and baking soda to get all the pathogens out. You start seeing worms coming out of strawberries, all these things. That's the process that every American should be having. Another thing, as far as US does not have the most safest food supply in the world. The UK does. They banned Red 40. It's a lot of things that is banned over there that we consume here. Like when I seen the process of what wieners and a beef frank of hot dogs look like, it comes from chicken. I've seen the process, and it's kind of like some of these things are banned in other countries, because it's like, why do you have that here? Because US focuses on obesity here. It is a thing here. Like obesity it's triggered here. People eat here. People eat a lot here. You consume a lot. The consumption, it's always consumption. It's free economy of consumption. So that's why I said, I'm like, when we overly consume, this is what happens. Same thing with social media. It's a neurological effect of too much dopamine. Once you consume, it's too much. So it's just like any other drug, like chocolate, like cocaine. Once you have it, it just becomes more. You become more addicted. It's just the dopamine effect of what you shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Americans have that. I'm no exception, but I do see this being on the front lines of my last job. So this, I'm definitely going to be watching, because I still have a passion for it. I have a heart for it, because I learned it so much, and I was on the front lines of seeing it. So I'm here for this. So you guys enjoy my reaction to Poison, the dirty truth about your food official trailer. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy, D Dyson. Peace.